We just heard the gospel today, and the gospel preached about the love of God, which we have to love God with all our mind, heart, and soul. But the first commandment is asking us also to really put it into practice by the love that we have for others. Because if we don't love others, we cannot really come to the conclusion that we love God. St. John said in the gospel, in one of the letters, how can you say you love God that you don't see when your brother, who is the image of God, you don't care for? But dear people, this command is that we call it the supreme command. That we see that all the commandments, believe me, the Jewish people have a lot of commandments. They have 613 of them. And that's why the scribe came to Jesus and asked, which one of these commandments are the greatest? And Jesus said, to love God with all your heart, with all your mind and soul, and to love neighbor as thyself. That really bring together the commandment of God. That we need to understand that, because to love God sometimes it comes easy, but to love those that are around us because of their actions sometimes can be very tough. In the first reading today, we hear the book of Exodus, who really is reminding the chosen people that they now are going to possess the Holy Land. And they are going to give instructions to them what and how they are going to operate. And the book of Exodus tells them that they need to understand that they do not have in their hands justice if they do not care for the orphan and the widow. That they have to really care for them and be their helper and defender. Because if not, God said, I will make justice over this, and I will kill you with the sword. Your wives will be widows, your children will be orphans. Do not give your cloak to somebody, and you know that they don't have nothing to cover themselves with. By the evening, you're supposed to turn it to them. So what the Lord is saying to us is that we need to understand that love is not something that we speak about, but love is a lifestyle that each one of us have to have. To love somebody is not just to say, God bless you and God will provide for you. To care for somebody is that you go out of your way to really help. And that is exactly what the Christian call is all about. That we need to understand that if we want to love God, we have an example, and that's Jesus. He came not to be served, but to serve us. And he taught each one of us that if we want to love him, our goal is to serve him, to really go out of our way to reach the needs of the people. From this you show that you are my disciples, from the love that you have for each other. But today, I really admire that beautiful second reading of St. Paul. St. Paul is so proud of his Christians, the Thessalonians. People who really turn from idols to abide with the true faith. And St. Paul said to them, your praises is being sung not only to Macedonia and Achaia, but through all the world, because you have done what you supposed to do. That not only turn away from idols, but even to worship this God and show that worship in your actions and love. Everyone is speaking about the reception we have from you. How you embrace us, we who come to bring the faith to you. How you stand by us. How you helped us. How you even through the tribulations that you went through, because there was objection to the faith, that you remained firm. You are the seal of my ministry. Oh, what a beautiful signature that St. Paul can say, that they were the seal of his ministry. And that is the joy of every minister in the church. The greatest joy is not only that people knows their faith, because everyone knows their faith, even Satan knows our faith, and that's why he attacks us. But not how much you know it, but how much you put into practice. How much you really lay down, all things of the world aside, and really appreciate the gift of the gospel. And that's why Jesus said there is one command, and that is to love God with all heart and mind, and to love neighbor as thyself. If we really love God, we love neighbor. If we love neighbor, we have to love God. We cannot love neighbor and then ignore God, because that is humanistic. We love God first. That is the essence of who we are. We are created in his image. And so our love comes from him. He is the director. He is the line that gives us that power and that love within us. And now what we have to give it. Free you receive it, free you give it. And that is the message today. As you notice, we have the 40 hours devotion begin today. But also we have the mission so that we enthrone our families and the whole parish of St. Rita to the Sacred Heart of Jesus. Many of you who are listening from Malta, you know what it is, the Feast of the Sacred Heart for us. The great devotion. Devotion that we have from when we were young. I still remember when we were in Orthodox, how we used to go, and at the end we used to stop at the pastor's house. And there will be the Ferrapolino who will give a little sermon, and the benediction will be given. How many times we went to Ligret, especially with the Sacred Heart Sisters, where we celebrate the feast with them of the Sacred Heart. The Sacred Heart is the center of the people of my parish. The beautiful orchestra, the beautiful feast that we do for the Sacred Heart. And how everyone, where the Blessed Sacrament passed through, how they throw those beautiful tapestry and also the image of the Sacred Heart. The flowers on the baldacchino as they go by. Those are the memories I have of this great feast. That's why this feast is not only dear, but really is part of me. And that's why this mission, when Father gave me, asked me to come, it was like inspiration. It was something that came from above. And that's why I say to my people, we need to really focus. And our focus will be on the love of Jesus. That Jesus, that before he died, he gave himself into our hands, into the hands of his mother. And that's why she is reaching us to us and tell us, come to experience the love my son has for you. That even from his suicide wound, he is helping you to become one. One as a church, one as people, and one that you will continue to be one in love, that he himself has shown you as an example. May his consecration of the Sacred Heart be for St. Rita an inspiration and a lift up, so that we can be full of fire. The love of the Sacred Heart not only give to us, but we will pass it on and bring that peace and healing that's so much needed